Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day mod here today on the channel. We have episode 3 of my Germany series here today. We're going to be declaring war upon the CDR and going to war in the Congo in central sub-Saharan Africa. Hopefully for the first time we can take some overseas territory, and we're going to have a real big test with the German army. As the military is back, Germany has rebuilt and is reawakened, and hopefully we can make some inroads in Africa now that we're back on the global stage of politics, geopolitics, well, militarily, let's say. So hopefully we can be successful here today. If we can't adapt in the Congo, we will certainly perish. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. It's currently April 2004, and I'm sure the US is going to want our help in the future as well. Firstly, I've got to say a huge thank you to this month's YouTube channel members. Once again, massive thank you to Divine Overhand, Mikey, Eric, Chuckles the Hut, Green Nero 1, Dimitri H, and Hector Pay. Really appreciate those guys. But we're about to get things underway. Right, well, so we actually have to get to Africa, which can be a little bit tricky. So we're going to navally invade into the country. Now, we are doing an aggressive war down here. It looks like they've called in a fair few allies. The reason why we're able to even do this war in the first place is that we were trying to help stabilize the region with our volunteers. So we've actually lost German soldiers down here. So that's why we have a casus belli. So how we're going to get here is going to be a little bit tricky. So we're going to have to get naval supremacy in all these seas and try and daisy chain them down the western coast of Africa from Europe. So thankfully we're going to be able to use our allied naval bases to do so. We don't need air support or air supremacy in the modern day mod. You just need naval. So is there another couple of islands down here? Yes, so some of these are either under British or American control. Now, they might have the ground resistance, the Congolese, but they're not going to have the Air Force nor Navy. So this is the first time we're going to be properly have hundreds and tens of divisions battling it out. Now, there's one key port here on the coast that we can get to, that we're going to navally invade to. We're going to send 2 units down, because the quicker they can, the better. Our volunteers have been recalled from Liberia and Sudan as well. So we've got no units. Oh, they got him. Ladies and gentlemen, they got him. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, anyway. So, we just need to set this up perfectly. So, divide into 3 groups. And once we take the port, we'll be able to get the entirety of the German army in. So, maybe I need to move them first, because you need to click and then re-base them at these areas. Thankfully, we've got quite a sizable navy. I don't imagine any larger foreign or European powers are probably going to help them. But if we can take a huge chunk of the Congo here today, we're going to get the valuable rare earth resources, rare minerals, cobalt, lithium, magnesium, etc. And that's going to really help us with our German production. We've managed to bring down the national debt quite a bit under Angela Merkel. Our war support is still quite low, so we would like to increase that. And our manpower is 650. So I would recommend, if you are playing the Millennium Dawn Modern Day mod, and you are sort of role-playing as a Western pro-democratic nation, and you still want to try and take some territory where you can, definitely send units out as volunteer forces. Definitely level up your global intervention capacity, because then you can get casus bellis against some of these countries. Now, interestingly enough, we did actually back the pro-Western, but it seems like a lot of it was a lot of them sort of puppeted their neighboring countries and maybe pieced out with them as well. So we haven't fully flipped the Congo fully pro-Western. If it did, I probably would have left it, to be honest. But looks like the naval invasion from Bremen has been launched. We have naval supremacy all the way down. We're commandeering some transport ships by the look of it to get everyone over. We still need to hit the date before we can go down the Angela Merkel path. Genetic engineering, we're good. As Germany, you're able to unlock an abundance of research slots pretty early on. So we're really benefiting from that. So it looks like the 2 units have made their way past Iberia. So you can navally invade all the way down here in Central Africa. Just take a little bit. Now, hopefully we don't meet much resistance down here. If we can take this port and hold it, we're going to do fantastically. And we'll try and grab the airfield as well, just east of the port. The quicker we can do that, the better. If we can get air supremacy over the harsh terrain and jungle, we're going to be able to wrap up this war quite quickly. Nice. And thankfully, we've had no resistance, and the invasion has been complete. Now, we're by ourselves in this, so we have to be a little bit careful against these 4 other African countries. As NATO, at the end of the day, is a defensive alliance, not an offensive military. Okay. Now that we've landed. Oops. So, Uganda, Rwanda, Congo. Yes, we're at war with a lot of factions here. Right, let's literally move everyone over, I think. That's what we want to do. Their territory is a little bit divided. Okay, so we can actually push against them. Right, let's send everyone in. I'm curious to see how the Bundeswehr performs, particularly with their new equipment. They will have some experience fighting with the Americans and in Indonesia as well. And we really want to try and grab that air base as quick as possible. If we can get our planes down here, that would be superb. Because air supremacy, I can't stress this enough, is vital. It is pinnacle for your campaigns. Look at this. We've already got German fighter jets scrambling over the top, identifying targets. And already, our 2 units are capturing some of the vital cities here on the coast. Nice. Alright, we're coming up against some resistance. We'll try and block them off. And they're charging into us. Mostly with Kalashnikovs they have. We're going to be using our German HKs. Alright, if we can control everything just south of the river, that would probably not be a bad strategy. But once the entire German army's down here operating, we should be able to wrap up this war. Yeah, so now we are officially at war with a lot of countries down here. Oh my god. Alright. Just need to hold in some areas. Yeah, try and take this territory on this side of the river. Because if they swarm down here, we all want to try and hold this. Ah, they want us to join in on the invasion for Operation Freedom. Yeah, sure, we'll definitely help them out with that. We're more than capable militarily to help out the Americans where we can. We might even get a surrounding push here. We might be able to pincer them. Oh wow, we just made quick work of them. And it's only a matter of time before our reinforcements come in. But we're already lacking quite a lot of fuel, which is interesting. Mostly because our ships are currently active and the army has arrived. So, we'll just make a front line. Oh, okay. So we want to push all the way to Uganda. And we'll get you down here as well. Nice. Actually, you know what? I might actually move these 2 units back to the port. Because if we lose control of the port, we're going to basically lose all the supply we have down here. So, we'll retreat slightly. We might even be able to bait them into a surrounding tactic. But, here we go. Germany is at war once again. Alright, here we go. First real test in a foreign land with the army, and they seem to be dominating the battlefield already. Nice. As we slowly but surely try to gain the militarily upper hand and supremacy on the battlefield. Oh my god, we're just carving. Oh my god. Looks like we've got some volunteers coming out to help us out as well. The Mexicans seem to be here. I don't know what they've got against the Congo, but whatever. Now, we will have a decision to make, territorial-wise. Look, people didn't like me doing it in my United States series for whatever reason, but I do think I want to try and take all this territory under my direct control, because I want to get access to the resources. Think of the money, think of the pop, think of the factories, and the valuable resources here that we want under our control. We'll switch it to martial law, but then we'll eventually change it back once the civilian populace has been quelled. Oh my god, look at this! This war's only gonna... Oh my god. Go for only a couple days. Dude, we haven't lost a single German casualty. That's unbelievable. But, after this, I think I want to try and puppet countries and try and make them pro-Western. But for example, if we were to puppet this entire country and make it, I don't know, with a Western Congo or something, the resources will be controlled by the puppet and we don't have access to them. That's a really good way to make money. We haven't lost a single casualty, by the way. Oh my god, crazy. I think we lost more in the volunteer war. We've even got some German soldiers fighting with us that know this country like the back of their hand. And they've been fighting volunteer-wise for quite a while. Yeah, I don't know why this war sort of kicked off here in Central Africa. I have a feeling it's got to do with the alternative historical focuses. But that's my thinking with territorial-wise. There is a argument if you want to roleplay and convert certain countries and essentially get them to join NATO and get their units to fight alongside you, because allowing puppets to send you units is always quite nice. So we'll make a base of operations down here in Africa so that we can attack other nations if we want. But we'll basically try and puppet everyone else, I think. Because we could even break away and make our own Germanic sphere of influence if we wanted to. It's always a possibility. Yeah, we've lost 0. It's actually kind of mad. Wow. I thought this war here would have lasted a little bit longer. Crikey. Nice. They've capitulated. To be fair, we've actually perfectly divided and conquered them. Like, actually. They were fighting amongst themselves for years, whittling down their logistics, equipment, and pop. And now we've just carved them up like carving a cake. Oh my god. Oh. They've capitulated now. Same with Sudan in the north. Nice. Wow, look at this. Yeah, because this region has some of the highest yield of technology metals and just like rare earth elements. Oh my god. Yeah. So we could, like, make one country occupy this all and puppet it. But like I said, I think I just want to take all the states here for now so that we can directly control the resources. Because they're just so valuable to construct and rebuild any military you want. And also, even if you do have extra resources, you can sell them on the market for an absolute shit ton. So you can make a fuck ton of money. You are, even though it might look weird, painting the map your country's color, but look, maybe I'm overthinking it. Taking states in this game and controlling the resources is what it's all about. Like, if you look at the cost-based analysis, I personally think you're better off to take the territory. But now there's a small little NATO enclave in central sub-Saharan Africa, which is fully directly under our control. We'll try and repair as well. But look at this, precious metals. We've got a bunch of them. And we've also secured the NATO supply for them as well. So I'm sure other nations will be happy. So the Turks and the Mexicans came down here to help on out. And there's no other factions we can declare war on. Oh, we can go to war against them. Well, maybe let's justify against them then. Because there's another thing as well. Sometimes your vassal can be funny and not get called in. So actually manually controlling the territory, we can actually hit our neighbors if we want as well. But I think we go north. Like, we might puppet Sudan in the north. That might be an interesting idea. But everything is sort of stabilized here. And Operation Freedom, you would imagine, would be kicking off soon as well. Nice. So our first real war was, well, as Sacha Baron Cohen and Borat would say, great success. Right, let's make some offensive lines and we'll move north. Oh, here we go. Everything's kicking off. So let's go and aid them. The non-aligned group in Germany is growing quite a little bit. Getting better quality artillery, transport, genetic engineering, railway system, nanofibers and 3D printers are on point. I also wouldn't mind maybe expanding our oil capacity. We might be better off to get some better quality rifles eventually as well. We're getting some vehicles. Now, NATO's not going to be called in exactly, so how do we want to do this? I'd love to send them everything if we could. So, hang on. We can propose a trade agreement with them. I'm surprised we don't have one with them. Alright. So it looks like some coalition forces have landed. Hopefully they can take this country quicker than they... well... took Afghanistan, to be honest, because they struggled quite a bit, the AI in this. September now, 2004. Yeah, why can't we do anything? Why can't we send help? I'd like to. Anyway, looks like they've pushed through Basra, though, because that's usually the choke point. If they can't get through that, they struggle. Alright, we're going to get some better quality close air support. But overall, quite happy with the Navy and the Air Force, to be honest. Although it really didn't meet much resistance. Alright, we're going to need to move our Air Force north. We might even try and expand our airfield capacity. As it looks like Sudan is probably going to have more of a military, more of a united one as well, compared to what we faced earlier here today. Look at this, they're already matching and squaring up on the border with us. Alright, let's... where is it? Yeah, airbase. So let's increase the airbase. Because, once again, getting air supremacy is so crucial to these wars. it can really change the tide. Maybe we're nearly worth to actually buy aircraft, to be honest. If you've got the money, it's probably not a bad idea to buy British and American fighter pilots. Or fighter jets and, oh man, maybe getting some pilots as well. Combo them together. Let's get some UAVs. And let's get everything up, because we might, if we've got time, have this war here today. But yeah, unbelievable. 0 casualties lost. I don't believe it. 0 losses. Kind of crazy. Looks like Germany's back on the map. Let's make sure everything's on aggressive, so we can really advance forward. Corruption's down a bit. Our spending's not too bad. We're making 7 billion, which is nice. Still taxing the populace quite high. And we're going with European defense policies. We probably could go with advanced universal healthcare as well. Still making 5 billion if we get that. But overall, our internal structure looks quite good here. Probably could upgrade some of the police spending though, potentially. Yeah. Now that we occupy territory that's away from Europe. Now, we'll switch things to martial law just to quell things, but we eventually want to move it back to civilian so we can get more access to the resources and the pop. We don't want to be too harsh over there. How are the Yanks doing? They're doing alright. Yeah, so we really can't help them out for whatever reason. We're going to have to leave them to their own devices. We're trying to get more EU policy as well. I'd love to get a European standing army. That would be really crucial for us and beneficial. Alright, so some of that got bypassed. Okay, so we're wasting some of the oil having our navy at sea, and we're going to need it if we're going to be running drills with our air force. It's currently October 2004. So let's redock them. Those airfields have nearly been complete as well, so we can house more fighters in Central Africa. Okay. So what can we go down now? So we still want to go down this. Alright, we can't do that till next year. Strengthening Volkswagen. That's interesting. That actually might be a good idea. Oh. Looks like Spain, the Turks are helping them out. Okay. Oh wow, she took in charge. His sister. Interesting. Oh, and he's been kicked out as well. Okay. I wonder if it will change the relationship between those two countries. And it looks like they've been subjugated. And a pro-Western outlook government has been placed. So, they've been successful here today in Operation Freedom, the Americans. Nice. We could get involved over here in the Horn, but I don't think I want to. In Liberia, the British are struggling over here as well. So maybe it's a little bit late to get involved. We can't like hit any of our neighbours here. Tanzania, Angola, no. It's basically this war in the north that we're going to prepare for. Yeah. I wonder if the Mexicans are going to come and help us as well. I don't know why they're so keen to help out militarily. Kind of weird. But whatever. Alright, we need to stop running these drills because we're wasting valuable fuel that we want to try and stockpile before the war. Yeah, there we go. So which one's running drills? Alright, not exactly. Alright, that airbase is going to be complete soon. And you're just chilling as well. Yeah, so what's really doing our fuel consumption? I think it actually might be the standing army, because as well, you forget that buildings cost fuel now in Millennium Dawn. Office sectors and civilian factories, which is interesting. Because fuel is already quite important. It's now even more so. Alright. So we've got 250 days. If we get that to like a year or so, we'll be fine. We're actually at partial draft. We might actually even get to a stage where we can go volunteer, because we've got the pop down here now. Alright, I still want to try and go down to European Army, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to get the votes for it. Our time as president of the EU is probably going to end soon as well. So we'll try and push as much stuff through if we can. If that's not going to happen, maybe we need to strengthen the banking sector or something. Try and go with more reforms. Alright, let's go with excavation. Events and decisions were fine. So it looks like Sweden's fully withdrawn. Interesting. Sweden and the UK will be leaving the EU. Yeah, we probably could go back to a volunteer service. It's kind of funny that Sweden's gone so nationalistic. Kind of strange, but whatever. But hey, we're going with alternative historical focuses. It's interesting that Iraq is now in NATO. I'm surprised that they're straight up an ally, but I guess that's what happens when the US puppets them. And they're going to be able to get access with the army as well. I'm curious to see what the US sort of do further in the east. Anyway, not too long now before we've got another war on our hands. January 2005, 5 years into the campaign. And it looks like the Spanish have taken the EU presidency this time around. So should we try and get a position? So we can't go to the bank because the Italians had the bank last time. So maybe we need to be more proactive now of actually pushing bills to the European Parliament. Euroscepticism is going down slightly, but nothing too crazy. And unfortunately, a lot of these treaties that we tried didn't get pushed through. So we'll maybe try again. But it looks like Italy still has the presidency of the central bank, which is cool. Right, that airfield has nearly been complete, as we're still setting things up. So we've got about 200 days of fuel. Japan wants to invest in Germany, sure. We could probably do with some more investment, well, down in the Congo now. Industrially. Yeah, we've got more fighter jets and drones that we can put into our airfield. Nice. Well, been playing for about an hour or so here today, and unfortunately, I've got to end the video here. So, thank you very much for watching Episode 3 of the Millennium Dawn Germany series. So I thought we might have the war against Sudan here today, but we're going to have to wait for Episode 4 before we have it. And we'll continue to gain more territory for Germany and Grand Chancellor Angela Merkel, I suppose. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Episode 4 coming out the exact same time tomorrow. Like and sub if you haven't already. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. And I've also got to say a massive thank you once again to this month's YouTube channel members. So massive thank you to Divine Overhand, Mikey, Eric, Chuckles the Hut, Green Nero 1, Dimitri H, and Hector Bay. Really appreciate those guys. Alright, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.